Welcome back to Criminal Pattern Reloaded. I never thought I would be sitting here telling this story the way I am. What should have been the story of two children safely returning home has turned into a tragedy that has shaken an entire nation. 6-year-old Lillian Sullivan and her 4-year-old brother Jack were more than just names on missing posters. They were someone's children, someone's world, someone's reason to wake up every morning. And for weeks, their faces were everywhere, on flyers, on TV, on social media, burned into our hearts as we prayed for their safe return. But tonight, the reality is heavier than we ever imagined. The RCMP has confirmed the worst. Jack and Lillian have been found, but not in the way any of us had hoped. Their little bodies were discovered in a remote wooded area, far from the comfort of their home, far from the laughter and innocence that should have filled their young lives. This is not just another news story. This is a wound that cuts into the heart of every parent, every neighbor, every person who has followed this case. Let's rewind. It started like any ordinary day. Lillian and Jack were last seen near their family home. A quiet evening quickly turned into a nightmare when their mother realized they were gone. At first, she thought they might be hiding or playing nearby, but as minutes turned to hours, panic took over. Calls went unanswered. Neighbors searched. The RCMP was called. An Amber Alert spread across provinces. Flyers went up. Families lit candles. Strangers hundreds of miles away prayed for children they had never met. The community refused to sit still. Volunteers searched fields, rivers, trails, and dense forests. Helicopters flew overhead. Dogs sniffed through the undergrowth. Neighbors left their jobs. Farmers left their fields. And young students joined the search with flashlights in hand. Hope was the only thing keeping everyone moving forward. But night after night, hope grew harder to hold on to. No footprints, no clothing, no trace, just silence. And then the silence was broken, not by good news, but by heartbreak. Before we continue, listen to this. We've been risking a lot to bring you the truth about this case. We've spent hours chasing leads, talking to witnesses, digging into evidence the mainstream won't touch. And because of that, our original channel, the one with over 5,000 subscribers, was suddenly wiped off YouTube with no warning and no reason given. Gone. Years of work, hundreds of videos, silenced overnight. That's what happens when you dig too close to the truth. If you're watching this right now, understand, this channel could be next. We don't have the protection of big networks. All we have is you. So please don't just watch and scroll away. Subscribe right now. Turn on notifications. Share this video with at least one friend. Post it in your groups. Email it. Text it. If you don't, this investigation dies. The truth dies. And the people who want to bury this story will win. You have the power to keep this alive. If you've ever said someone should do something, this is your chance. We're doing our part. All we ask is that you do yours. Subscribe, share, and stand with us. Because the closer we get to the truth, the harder they try to silence us. Don't let them. The discovery. In a remote wooded area, investigators finally found Jack and Lillian. It was the moment everyone had prayed would never come. A press conference was held. The RCMP spokesperson, their voice heavy with grief, confirmed the unimaginable. "We regret to inform the community that the remains of Lillian and Jack Sullivan have been located. This is now an active suspicious death investigation." The air was sucked out of the room. Tears flowed. Reporters lowered their microphones. Parents hugged their children tighter. Because in that moment, everyone realized it could have been any child. The discovery didn't just end the search. It opened a darker chapter. A homicide investigation. Questions of who, how, and why suddenly became the only thing that mattered. The investigation. The circle of suspicion widened immediately. Investigators started close to home. Family members, neighbors, anyone who might have seen the children last. Every alibi was cross-checked. Every piece of digital evidence was reviewed. Autopsies were ordered. Forensic teams combed through soil, fibers, DNA, hoping to find the truth buried somewhere in the details. But suspicion wasn't enough. This was no accident. Someone is responsible for the deaths of Jack and Lillian Sullivan. And until that person is identified and brought to justice, the community remains trapped in fear and heartbreak. The aftermath. The loss rippled through every part of life. Schools grew quieter. Playgrounds felt empty. Neighbors whispered, "Why them?" Volunteers who had poured days into searching were left broken, asking themselves if they could have done more. And beyond the town, strangers who had never met Jack and Lillian lit candles, shared their story online, and wept for children they would never know. Because when children are taken, innocence dies with them. Not just theirs, but the innocence of an entire community. Their memory. Jack and Lillian should have had birthdays to celebrate, dreams to chase, and a lifetime ahead of them. Instead, they have become symbols of how fragile safety truly is and how desperately justice is needed. But their story is not over. It cannot be over. Because remembering them, speaking their names, demanding justice, that's how we keep their light alive. And before I close, I need to say this. Many of you followed us on our other channel, the one with over 5,000 subscribers. That channel was unfairly taken down, with no clear reason. We worked day and night to tell stories like this one, stories that matter, stories that deserve to be heard, and in an instant it was gone. But here we are, starting again, because voices like Jack and Lillian's cannot be silenced. So I'm asking you, no, I'm pleading with you. If you're watching this, please subscribe to this channel. Hit that bell, share this video with your friends, your family, your communities. Don't let their story die in the shadows, because if we stay silent, we let tragedies like this fade away. And Jack and Lillian deserve better. So tell me, what does justice look like in a case like this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about it together. And again, please subscribe, share this video, and help rebuild what was unfairly taken from us. Together we can keep Jack and Lillian's memory alive, demand justice, and protect other children from the same fate. Until next time, stay safe, stay vigilant, and never forget the names Jack and Lillian Sullivan.